Hello everyone, this is Ray Garrett and welcome to the ZapInsider Tip of the Week. This week I want to talk to you about follow-up plans and reminders and how important they are for the proper functioning of the database. I see way too many agents using follow-up plans incorrectly, which means that you're not getting the most from the database. So let's take a look. This is the average dashboard here for Jane's app. And you can see that we've got requests, and most importantly, we got these reminders. And these reminders come up as a result of follow-up plans, scheduled follow-up plans. What I see a lot of agents doing is clicking on the name and then sending emails from inside the client record. That's going to be bad in a couple of different ways. Number one, the system, whether we like it or not, the system does not record any of the reminder tasks that we complete unless it's done from this page here. And I know that might be counter to the way that some of us want to work, but either way, this is the way it happens. So what ends up happening is, I'll give you an example here with Selene Test. A lot of us want to do a lot of research before we go in and make a phone call. So maybe we'll go in and we'll click on Selene Test. Now I want to show you a trick for doing this. If you're going to do that, then I want you to right click on Selena's name rather than left click, right click, and then click open a new tab. This way you don't go away from your reminder screen and you can come back here to do your updates. So what ends up happening here, you can see before we even go in, we're on touch point number 1 on the follow-up plan, which is a phone call. So let me show you what the follow-up plan looks like on this client here. I just click on campaigns to take me down to the follow-up plan. Here it is. We're on 1 of 5, and I'm going to view this plan. You can see by viewing it, there's a phone call. Well, the way that follow-up plans work is that if the previous task has not been completed, the following class will not automatically fire. So you can see this welcome email hasn't even gone out because this phone call hasn't been completed. That leads us to number 1 on what we're talking about with reminders. Reminders should be done every day. You got to be a hero and get to 0 on this platform. Otherwise, the system is not going to function properly. So be a hero, get to 0, go ahead and close these out. Now, finally, once I go in and take a look at this client here, I want to close it out and I want to do the follow-up plan from here. So I might go in and record this phone call, make a call right there. Then you're going to have a box that pops up and there's a script that's involved. So did I reach her? Then we're just going to say yes. I'm not going to make any notes, and I'm going to hit save. When you do that, you'll notice something that's going to happen here. There's another little box that's going to pop up, and it says Selene will receive an automated email from you on 11/7, which today is the 6th. So tomorrow they're going to receive an automated email. Now the automated email is set to go. What it's going to ask me to do here is either, okay, I'm done, and then in such case, then that automated email will fire, and then 1 week after that, I'll have to send a personal email, or I can add a reminder on my own if I just want to call her back or something like that. Here, I'm not going to add a reminder. I'm just going to hit OK, I'm done. Now, what will happen once you do that from this screen, from the dashboard screen, and I clicked on the wrong thing there, but once you do this from the dashboard screen, what will happen is that contact will go away. That contact is go away, and now instead of 87, I have 86. Now here's another one. Here's an example of a send email one. A lot of times we might go in and we might take a look inside the contact record and say, okay, which email should I send? Which ones have they gotten so far? That's not what this follow-up plan is asking you to do. It's basically saying you should send the next one on the list. And when I go to actions, send email, it's going to show me the next email that's on the list. And then it wants me just to send that. And if I don't do it, that email, that follow-up plan is not going to fire. Now, what it's going to say here is this email completes his follow-up plan. Do I need to add another one? And here, that's when I would add another follow-up plan. That's what you want to do. But you can see for this thing to work properly, then I've got to go in and make sure that I'm doing all the reminders from here. One last thing I'll show you before we go off. Now, we're going to do an entire ZapInsider tip on follow-up plans and the proper management of them. But what I want to show you here is a link inside the record. And you'll see that you have the ability to go in and add reminders. Now, I can add birthday. So the birthday is already added there. I can go in and add birthdays and anniversaries and all this stuff, but I can also go in and add a reoccurring reminder to do something. here. And I don't usually suggest this, but I wanted to show you that this idea is possible, especially if you decide that you want to go above and beyond the follow-up plan and do something like a 10 days of pain calling script or something like that. You can set the reminder here automatically. And if I go in and have this to repeat, maybe I want to repeat it once per day, and then I can go in and change that, or maybe I want to do it once per week or whatever. I can go that above and beyond the follow-up plan. But even if I do that, that does not, even if I make a phone call and there's a phone call schedule within the follow-up plan, unless I do that from this front screen, it will not work. It will not count. So that is my admonition for you today is right click on these things, open them up in another window, look at all the information that you want to, but when you go to complete that reminder for yourself, make sure you're completing it on the dashboard so you get credit for it and it's sent. Final thing, real quick, before we run off, I want you to go through your database and I want you to see how many people are assigned to a follow-up plan. I'm just going to click on contacts, and what I'll do here is I'll go into the filters and then click not assigned as a follow-up plan. Now what you'll see here is you'll see a bunch of folks that are not assigned to follow-up plan. My admonition to you today, or my encouragement rather for you today, is to go into as many of these as possible, at least 5 or 6 per day, and get them on some type of follow-up plan so you're getting contact out on a regular basis. All right, everyone, that is it for today. Thank you for watching this edition of Zap Insider. Give me an email. Let me know how it works out for you. My name is Ray Garrett. My email address is ray.garrett@nrtllc.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.